Alright everybody, I got my tea going. Get ready to walk outside. So I figured I would go live before I went out there this time, just in case I get anything. But here's some pictures that I took today. Whilst out boogering, this is Stinky Holler. I was looking for caves and rock cliffs and such. A lady in the woods. But I figured I would get my tea going and have it nice and warm by the time I got back in. Hello, Snow White. I see the troll made it to your channel. That one right there looks like it's got good potential. That's pretty blurry. Alright, let me walk outside and I'll do some calls and we'll listen. If we get any responses, then we'll listen some more. The creek's up, so that might be a problem. Where's my line at? No, I don't smell anything tonight. Bailey went boogering with me all day. Little outlaw. Airplane, of course. Hello, Sissy, Lady in the Woods. New York Upstate, Ronnie Smith, Patricia. Jackie. Well, good, Sissy. I'm glad you made it. So if nothing happens, then I won't have to upload this to YouTube. But today, whenever I was up on the Whispering Ridge, which is on the east side of my property, I heard a couple of vocals actually. So whenever I went live, I heard a couple of vocals coming from around Stinky Holler. So I came back down, and of course I forgot my spare battery, and the battery I had in my camera wasn't, well, it was about dead. It went dead quick, so it must be my bad battery. I need to mark them somehow. But anyway, came back, switched batteries out, threw the other one on charge. Me and Bailey went up Stinky Holler. I did find deer tracks and squirrels, and I mean, there's all kinds of activity from regular critters. I give him the wrench. Don't be putting people in timeout, lady, just because I put you in timeout after Snow White's video. That was pretty funny. And thank you, Snow White, for going live, even though you don't feel good. Happy 1 year anniversary. You are rocking it. Well over 2,000 subs. Man, I am seriously debating with myself whether I need to be sick tomorrow and call in to work, because we've had it'll be like a full day and a half tomorrow with the snow on the ground, so there should be some tracks. And I can go out and look for tracks. I hate working on Sundays anyway, and I know like Snow White definitely knows about this, but nothing goes right. The computers suck at work. They go in there and they mess with the system we have, and they suck anyway, but then they go in there and redo the system, reboot it, whatever. Nothing ever goes right. Plus it's going to be colder than a well digger's butt. It just sucks. I hate working on Sundays. What is the deal with these friggin' planes, man? Here comes another one. I just hate to take one off so early. I mean, I get 5 sick days and I get 3 weeks of vacation. Then I got, holidays and then 2 floating holidays. So it's not that big of a deal. But You know, it might be a big deal in next December. So I don't know. Depends on how I feel tomorrow. I might end up sick. Never can tell about these things. Of course, if I'm actually sick, then I'll definitely go to work. Let me try a call since there's no planes right now. Watch your ears. I didn't have much of an echo. And I would love to get some activity tonight. I mean, they have to leave footprints if they come around. Have to. Even if it's on the side of the hill up there. But it's awful strange, and I know Snow White takes notes on it, and I've been thinking I don't ever remember having activity when there's snow on the ground. So I don't know if it's they know that they're leaving tracks. I'm pretty positive that they know about that. But it's nothing I could swear to. I was on the hillside last weekend. I think it was. I haven't been up there. Yeah, I guess last weekend. I went everywhere else today. I went up to the old home place because there's some old barns up there, and then the old house, and went up my holler to some old. These are remote houses. That's nobody lives up there. They're just abandoned houses. My uncle owns the property at the old home place, but there's I'm probably I guess the neighbors would be the closest house. But they're still a good 2 miles away from that house up there. The holler itself is probably close to 2 miles long up to the house. Now the hunting club's got a cabin on top of the hill, but they're never there, and it's gated off. There's only one way in. There's no tracks up there before I went up. I mean, it's hard to say when the last people was up there. Oh, Brown Dwarf. So, I mean, which I was talking about this in the videos today. Yesterday, it was 60 degrees, believe it or not. I mean, we didn't get as much snow as they said we was going to get, but we did get, good enough to find tracks. But it was 60 degrees and raining, and then it turned to freezing rain. Boogers are a lot tougher than us, and they can handle the weather a lot better. But any creature is going to try to find shelter in something like that. They're not going to stand out in the rain and, freeze to death. So I figure rock cliffs and caves and old abandoned houses would be some good spots to look. So that's what I did today. So has the troll commented any more, Snow White? I had a dude on my channel. I hope you're watching now. Give me a good thumbs down, buddy, since I blocked you. And I wouldn't have blocked you, but you got rude. I don't like people being rude. I mean, what's the interest in someone that doesn't believe or a skeptic or whatever if they're not open-minded at all about it? and they just come on to question everything, even though you've got supporting evidence of something you're talking about. But apparently this guy didn't pay attention to anything, because all of us boogers are jobless people with no social life. So there's that. But pretty sure it takes a really smart person to be a troll. And like I told him, look, I'm me or nobody else on YouTube is going to convince him especially, that Bigfoot's real. So my last comment to him was to to work on his, something to the effect of work on his humanity skills. That's why he don't have a social life. And to go out in the woods, the worst thing that could happen is he could figure out that they are real. The best thing that could happen for humanity is one of them eats him. Which wasn't very nice of me, but I like to fight fire with fire. What? Scientists have to prove it. Well, I mean, that's the deal. He's not a real scientist either. I mean, you could tell by his demeanor, I guess you would call it. I doubt he knows anything about science. Ooh, 20 degrees. Warm out here. But, I'm not a scientist either. I've never claimed it. I don't claim to be a researcher. I am just documenting and observing what's going on around here. That's all. I was the biggest skeptic of all 4 years ago. Yeah, that's what I told him. I was like, I bet you're blocked on all the channels. It's fine to be a skeptic. I mean, there's nothing at all wrong with it. But, I don't know, I think it was Snow White that told one of them that, if you're curious enough to come and watch channels about boogers, Bigfoot, whatever, then, you must have some kind of interest in it. Unless you are just a ugly person that just likes to go around and be rude. I think that does, brown dwarf. I really do think it does. And I think, hair, I think it was Kane Michael that said this, and it really makes a lot of sense. Like, bikers have the fringes on their jackets, and the cowboys and all that, like the cavalry and all that used to have it. And hair could be, it might be used as like a water shading device. And like my dog Bailey, she repels water. I mean, to give her a bath, good night. I can dip her down in a tub of water, and she'll come out, shake off, and be totally dry. It's weird. But yeah, I would say that they do. Little Matt Squatch. I mean, who knows? We don't know this for a fact, but just to get back to the, nobody on YouTube's going to prove the existence of this thing. I mean, we could document, I could take a video if one was standing by that wood pile, then, people would claim it's fake or a hoax something or whatever. But, I mean, it'll take mainstream science. Even if one of us did get a body or whatever, found one dead or whatever, who knows, number one, what would happen to the body? Who would you call? And number two, even if, people are, I don't know, they lack reasoning skills. And they have to be told something's true before they believe it. A lot of people do. Not everybody's like that, of course, but that's that. Tim, you're always hungry, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Hello, Debsy, Marjorie. You got connections? I mean, who would you who would you call? I mean, I've got an idea of what I would do, but I'm, to be honest, I'm not out to prove that they exist. I know they do, and I'm sure people that follow my channel or follow other researchers' channels or whatever are at least open-minded to it. So they either believe or they know. So who cares if this guy that's the skeptical scientist believes or not? I don't care, dude. Just don't be rude on my channel. CNN. If CNN reported it, I wouldn't believe it. That's how I feel about mainstream news. Dr. Meldrum, I mean, I don't know. You know, I'm sure that people's found bodies, and I'm sure he's probably, if, I don't know. I don't know Dr. Meldrum. Wouldn't know how to get up with him. Well, Dave, you'd be in the same boat I am. If you reported it to me, I'd be like, well, I don't know what to tell you, Dave. Take a picture of it, send it to me. I mean, honestly, what would you do? You'd have shadow government or whoever pulling up in your driveway. Hey, man, where's that body at? If you put it on social media, I mean, Facebook and everybody else has admitted that they're listening in to it. You know, they check people's posts and stuff. They put it up on YouTube, same thing. I mean, I would document the crap out of it. I would use every gig of whatever on my SD cards and my cameras, my phone and all that, and document the crap out of it. And then I guess I'd start looking into a way to who I need to contact. But I'll guarantee you it's not going to be CNN or Fox or NBC or anybody like that. I mean, Meldrum might be. Oh, if I just block somebody, I apologize. I'm trying to read these comments with frozen fingers. But I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I would document the crap out of it and take every pictures and maybe draw a stick man of it and everything. But I don't know. I don't know what would happen even if you came across a dead one. I'm not about to try to shoot one unless, you know, I have no choice. But even if you came across one, unless it's like some kind of rogue male or whatever, then the rest of the family's going to be around. I don't think they just leave them lay there. If I time you out, lady, in the wood, it ain't going to be an accident. I hear you, Brown Dwarf. Brown Dwarf just said, I'll shoot him in HD. There you go. But there was a guy up in Ohio. Let me think for a second. Oh, shoot. What was his name? Anyway, he got picked up. Oh, I had it on the tip of my tongue. Wayne is his partner's name. The guy's passed now. But anyway, Dallas Gilbert, that's who it was. Supposedly got picked up by one and like they messed up his neck or something and had to sling him over his back or whatever, and he got his .357 out and shot that thing and it turned him loose. And his partner sat there and watched the whole thing in shock, of course, I'm sure. I mean, who wouldn't be in shock? Something like that happens. But he didn't kill it or anything, but he injured it. I think he shot up its back or something like that. I'm sure that, he left a good mark on it. But, I mean, that's an interesting story. You can go on YouTube and look up Dallas and Wayne Bigfoot hunters or whatever. But, I mean, they said after that, the guy kind of went off and was, seeing boogers everywhere. But, who wouldn't? If one came and knocked me out and threw me over its back and I somehow got away. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how the guy even got back out in the woods after something like that. I mean, talk about traumatic. Good night. Yeah, my hands are a little cold. I'll be alright. Yeah, he passed, I think, last year. I've got a friend on Facebook that knew him and knows Wayne. And supposedly he got a really good picture of I think it was a dog man. I know the Outlaws had talked about it before. But after that incident, supposedly he kind of saw Bigfoot and everything. So, but he was supposed to have a bunch of good pictures. And I mean, you can look it up. He's got a bunch of YouTube videos out there. What would I do if one picked me up? I mean, I guess I'd try to pull my piece too. If one's trying to pack me off, then I mean, I'm going to give it as much trouble as I can. Yeah, he'd probably drop me because I'd be stinking then. But I mean, my opinion, I think the government science knows all. Well, I don't know if they know all about them, but they do know that they are there. I'm sure they've had their share of bodies brought in, and they just ain't letting it out for whatever reason. More likely, it's about money, like everything else. Here comes a plane, lady. I was getting ready to do a call, but I'm about to do a lap around the house and warm up. Hello, Marine. Yeah, I mean, if they said that they was real, which number one, I think national parks, maybe state parks and all that, is a habitat for these creatures. I think that's why they was invented. Theodore Roosevelt was actually one of the front runners of bringing along the national parks, and he's got a booger story. But that would people knew that the booger man was real. I mean, I would go camping, but I do it anyway, and I know they're real. But a lot of people wouldn't. They would lose a lot of money there. And then, you got your same old arguments, timber and land and all that. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying, Tim. I don't care if nobody ever proves it's real. I know it's real. I'm sure a lot of you all know it's real, and probably the rest of you believe it's real. So if so and so don't want it to be real, that's fine, and stay there. There's a lot of things that's real in this world that people don't believe is real, and because they're told that it's not real, and they can't really think for themselves or something. It's not totally their fault with all the fluoride in the water and the mess they're making. I just heard something. It sounded like a knock. Not really a knock, but like a tap. on wood. Yeah, Daniel Boone had a story about it. Daniel Boone's brother, Squire Boone, is my great-great-great-grandpappy. I thought they debunked that, Matt Squatch. I think Daniel Boone, they was reading Gulliver's Travels and they called it a Yahoo or whatever, so I don't know if did he shoot one? What is it, big girl? You wanna say hi? Well, I can't get the flash on. What is it? Bailey's painting in the snow all day. We went boogering. Yeah, we went buggering, didn't we? Bailey was digging up a booger grave today. Is that what you was digging up? I heard a click. It came from like the flagpole's whipping around a little bit, but it sounded like wood, like cold wood too. It sounded like a tap. All right, I'm gonna try a whoop. Whoop! Whoop! Yeah, the Smithsonian would be the last people I called. You call them and they're liable to take it and dump it in the Atlantic somewhere. Well, I'm home right now. Tell you what, you all, I'm gonna set the phone down and I'm gonna walk in. We'll listen for a little bit, but they just don't seem to be very active today. Let me get this thing on the charger. I think I'm getting a bit of the old frostbite. Now Bailey's gonna eat. What y'all do? Wait for me to go live, and then you have your meal. I haven't seen any booger tracks today, but like I said, it's only been, not even 24 hours whenever I went out, so I didn't get to hit all my spots. That's why I'm really thinking about calling in tomorrow. Because I don't know if it's going to snow again this year. I mean, this is really perfect. Could have been a little bit deeper. 3 inches would have been perfect. Because whenever you get out in the woods, and even if a deer's walking around, you can ask any hunter, with just a dusting on the ground, it's still hard to tell what left the track. I told Bailey today, well, I'm going to have to build her a barrel if this weather keeps up. Yeah, the ignoring thing. That was actually told to me by Bear. And he's right. It definitely works. And I've done that before. I used to do it a lot. And that's before I got my camera and stuff. And they do amp it up. So I think I'm going to go back to that technique. But I like to try different things and see what works. You can get good advice. You can get bad advice. So I like to try different things. wet water, food in water. I think I'll bring her in with me. It's cold out tonight anyway. Excuse me. Brown dwarf. Have I ever cooked bacon outside? Are you serious? Absolutely. I've cooked bacon. I'll cook bacon any chance I get. How many antlers have they left? What are we up to now? 2 or 3 skulls. They took the one and brought it back. If that counts, that makes 3. And then 2 more antlers, I think. On what nights? I don't understand that question. Oh, on the nights with the bacon. Okay, I got you. Duh, had to think. The bacon deal, yeah, whenever we went camping, we actually made bacon that night. And I've done it before. And one night, yeah, we did. The other night, we didn't. But of course, that was in the summertime, whenever they do have plenty to eat. And I've since learned a few things to do with the bacon. So, I'll try that whenever it warms up again. Alright, I'm gonna walk in, we'll listen. I'll bring Bailey in so we don't hear her munching. I'll turn these comments off, so it'll take me a minute. Baby. God, cat, you scared me. I can't do nothing with these gloves on. Alright guys, the cat did come over, or was over here whenever I came out. Turd. Starting to snow again too. I don't see any booger tracks in the yard. I've got a headache now too. It sucks. But yeah, for like a lot of the new people, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a flagpole over there. Gray cat? No, he's a highly trained boogering cat. Listen to him. He's growling. He is a vicious boogering cat. They don't get scared. I'm gonna stay here quiet for a minute and you all listen just to see if you hear the same noises, because I do think some of it's the wind. Did it get quiet? I'm just gonna shut up and stand here for a minute. So it did get quieter. Alright, well, before I get off here, I want to remind everybody that I posted a link to this video up top, and Sissy, I'll send you another one. Anybody else that wants one, I can send it to them if I've got you on Messenger or whatever. Or I'll post it in my last video. Here comes another airplane. I mean, it's kind of odd that we are hearing noises whenever I'm inside. That I come out and it gets kind of quiet. But again, there's snow on the ground, so tomorrow I will be able to go out and look and see if there's any new tracks. I'm going to do one more call, see what happens. About out. Yeah, I mean, I'll check all that tomorrow. I'm not going to walk out there tonight, so I don't step on any tracks or anything in case they are there. But like we was talking about earlier, they might, I mean, what's the stopping from walking the creek, you know? A lot of it's still frozen. And I don't know, they're pretty tough boogers, so. I hear you, Josh. Let me try a call, y'all. Get your ears. Yes, I do think it's a family group. But I think they've got a couple of younger ones that do most of the macing around down here. The odd thing is that I don't think I've ever found the alpha male's track here. I haven't found like a super huge track around here. Well, move, dummy. At the creek. Thought I heard a scream. Alright, Deb, I'm getting ready to end it anyway. I was just listening. I thought I heard a scream a while ago. From up the holler. It's pretty faint. I don't know if it picked up on here. I know, well, he walks right underneath your feet. And I'm not sure where Orange Cat is. Actually, I think I might have seen him down there at the neighbor's house. Was it Friday? There's an Orange Cat down there. I didn't stop. Look at this guy here. Do y'all hear that? Listen. sounds like that might be an orange cat now. Get, 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 get. Not you. I swear I just heard a cat up on the hill. Get, 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 get. Not you, gray cat. Oh, Lord. Freaking door's open. That's good. I don't know, it sounded like a cat. Kind of off, though. I guess mark the time, and that's what I was thinking. I mean, to say something, see about, like, whenever I do these lives, it might be good to mark the times, write it down whenever we hear it live. The only problem is you ain't got a clicker, like I do on my phone, but I don't on my laptop. Like right now, it's 1:26, or an hour 26. But I was thinking about that the other night, maybe last night. I just heard it again. Kick, 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 kick. The Village. I don't think I've ever seen that. Alright, guys, I'm getting called again. Yeah, I don't know why it's got a counter on my phone, but it don't on the computer. Like on the computer, it'll just say I've been on for an hour or whatever. Maybe down at the bottom. Look on the bottom on your PC underneath the video, like around the description. Maybe it says it there. But okay, I got the link, so if anybody wants to go back and listen, you can do it like that. And if we hear anything interesting, then I'll post it. But everybody have a good night. God bless. Like I said, I might call in sick tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. I don't know what that is. Alright, y'all. Have a good night.